had an encounter with the devil?
Yeah, I got booked for a photo shoot. They took me all the way up this mountain. I was on top of the mountain. We finished the photo shoot. They have OD cars. They got a 3-seater McLaren. They got a Ferrari. And I'm asking them, like, how y'all get all this money? They like, we do demonic rituals. I'm laughing. No, you don't, bro. I'm like, how you get this money? Don't put me on. I'm trying to get like y'all. Like, nah, we do demonic rituals. I say, so what type of demonic rituals? They say, the Illuminati never talk to you. I'm laughing. I'm still laughing at them like, bro, you playing a game. Like, they're like, bro, no, for real. Leonardo DiCaprio do all the initiation. I'm like, what? I'm like, who is that? What is you talking about, gang? Keep it PG-13. He was basically saying, either you let him peg you or you do oral and you'll get whatever you want. If you want to be the next big actress, next big whoever, I can take you to somebody. And all you gotta let them do is just do what they want to do to you. Just for a night. Do some gay, basically do some gay. They doing all this, I'm trying to call my Uber. We on top of the mountain though.
You are not fit to be a big time rapper like Jay-Z, Meek Mill, Lil Baby, homie, you ain't fit to be this big and not have no gay experience. You ain't fit to be on Adam 22. You're not fit to get this close to this light that make our stars and idols, and you don't have a gay experience.
Or at least try.
No.
Try you.
No. Even if you're tried, you're gonna have to be acceptable to some gay experience. Whether you in there watching it, whether you, homie, if you might not have to but you have to have the experience to get through that door, to be where this is it.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and that was comedian and child juvenile advocate Charleston White making another bogus ass claim. Now, I like some of his videos when he talk about the things that we as black people need to do to better ourselves in society. I dislike this nigga when he goes on tangents like Jasmine Wright making false claims that he can't confirm. One, saying that you have to have some type of gay experience under your belt to become successful is stupid in itself, because we don't hear none of that type of shit said by anybody else. White people, Asians, Hispanic, Mexican, Latino, African. We ain't saying that about Tim's. We not saying that about John Leguizamo. We not saying that about Lady Gaga. We not saying that about Ed Sheeran. We not saying that about nobody but black people. And I know it's gonna be some jackass out there that says, well, black people are poor, so they would make you do X, Y, and Z, because yeah, but all those people I named, even Ed Sheeran, he grew up in poverty. He's not a privileged child. Lady Gaga, she grew up in relative means. She wasn't rich. What are we saying here? It's offensive because as a black man, it leads me to believe that people, especially my people, believe that we can't be successful unless we do some lewd and lascivious shit, or we sell somebody out, or we sacrifice somebody. I think Jay-Z had a couple of dollars, recorded a record, probably got the couple of dollars from illicit drug activity, recorded a stellar album, took it to a priority, then took it to Def Jam and let them listen to it, and they asked him what he wanted. He made his demands and they conceded, because the album actually was a good recorded album. No matter what you say, some of these people don't have to do shit like that. Now, I'm not saying that's not the case in some people. Some people probably got to give up some bussy. But for the most part, I don't think like every single solitary person that's hit platinum success or worldwide success did some homosexual stuff. I think that you can make strides in the industry, because at the end of the day, all it is just that, an industry. It's a business, and it's an industry of making music. That's like saying you gotta let somebody fuck you in your ass to be in the automotive industry. How's that work? I let you fuck me in the ass, now I get to design cars? Or I could just went the fuck to school, got a degree, and won several awards for designing automobiles and got accepted at your company. People, especially poor people, poor, disenfranchised, black and brown, even some white folks, like to think about this whole Illuminati, the boogeyman, conspiratorial shit, because most people, and this isn't just delegated to my people, most people in America that come from meager beginnings, right? And there's some poor ass white people in America. They have this they have this notion that you can't get ahead or become anything without sucking somebody off, because they have this ideal that it's impossible. I had a conversation with a family member of mine, and I was like saying, yeah, I'm doing this film stuff, and you know, when I hit some success and become a millionaire, and they looked at me like, they gave me this look like, and it was like, you think you really gonna like achieve that? And to which I had to like literally like in the middle of like, I forgot what the fuck I was talking about, but in the middle of talking to him, I had to actually ask like, do you think it's possible to become a millionaire? And they was like, well, yeah, but you know, you got to have a good paying job. I said, most of the people that are millionaires didn't have a good paying job to become a millionaire. Didn't go to college. That's most people. That's not all people. Listen, but yeah, they literally had this notion that to become a millionaire, you had to have a super high paying job, and you had to have got it by going to college and getting a master's and a PhD and all this dumb shit. And I'm like, that's not how the world works. Most people that are millionaires got it from selling a product or a service, and then they took that money and put it in the real estate or the stock market. What they didn't do was go to a desk job, or any type of job for that matter, sit on a fucking ass and fart into they desk chair and collect checks and become a millionaire. Now, there's probably some that did, right? But that's not the overwhelming majority. So yeah, this notion that you got to do something lewd and lascivious is like rampant amongst black society, where they really believe that you have to have done something lewd and lascivious to actually get ahead in life, which couldn't be further from the truth. But in any event, if y'all like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe. If you want these Illuminati believing motherfuckers, leave it in the comments, and I'm out.